What's up, y'all? It's your boy, the king of digital real estate. Guys, today I want to cover something that's a little bit different, and I'm doing it because I keep getting the question over and over and over, and I'm just gonna settle the dust once and for all. And that is, what is this picture right here? And why is it there? I just saw somebody on YouTube, they're like, what is happening here? Why do you have a grandmother, a black grandmother on your wall? Appears to be from Africa. Most people, they have Kobe Bryant or they have Jordan Belfort or whatever. They have these little motivational things. And I have this woman right here. So I'm going to tell you guys the story, why I have it there. And hopefully it can just answer the question because I get it all the time. And this is the easiest way to let you guys know. So just so everybody knows, this woman right here, I think she's still alive. She's old. But she lives in a village in a country called Sierra Leone. That's in West Africa. Now, if you follow me at all, you know me at all, you may or may not know, I spent a couple of years, 10 years ago, I used to live in this country called Sierra Leone. This is in, again, West Africa. If you guys have seen the movie Blood Diamond, that is what they made the movie about, although they did not film it in West Africa. It looks very similar. They did a good job. So a friend of mine, he took this photo. I did not take this photo myself, but a photographer friend of mine took this photo. Now, the reason why I have this photo on my wall and not a picture of Jordan Belfort, not a picture of money, not a picture of a mansion, and it's the exact same reason why I am constantly going back to this country. In fact, I just got home at the time of recording this. I just got back 3-4 days ago from a 10-day trip to Sierra Leone. And I have a couple reasons for going there. I have employees there. I used to live there. But here's the deal, guys, and this is why I have this photo, okay, is when I am in West Africa or when I look at this photo, it reminds me, it helps me to remember that for this woman, I'm gonna try and get this so you guys can see her as I'm explaining this. But when I look at this, because I've lived there, I know that just for this woman to get water to do the dishes, okay, or to wash her clothes by hand, or to take a shower with a bucket and a broken cup that she, used for cooking and it broke and now it's the shower cup. It is work, okay? For this woman to feed her family, it is a matter of finding firewood, splitting firewood, starting a fire, rinsing the rice, preparing the leaves, chopping the leaves, pounding the pepe, which is the what do they call it? I call it pepe there, but it's like the spices and the seasonings. Pounding it in a wooden, it's called an odo, mata odo. Everything in this woman's life is work. There's no air conditioning. There's no relaxation. There's no television. Everything is work from the moment she was born until today, for her to eat, for her to shower, for her to travel to the nearest village to buy whatever it is. Maybe it's, leaves, or maybe it's spices, or maybe it's rice. Everything is work, and it's hard freaking work. It's exhausting work, okay? Especially to keep your clothes clean and all these different things, it's work. And so because I've lived there, because I lived that life, and by the way, I lived in an apartment it was not the greatest apartment. I didn't have electricity. We didn't have running water. I lived in similar conditions, not the same exactly, but anyway, I have this photo. The reason why, first of all, she is in a country called Sierra Leone. She's out in the village. She doesn't have, I don't personally know her. The story behind it is, when I look at that photo, it reminds me, I look at it and I go, Nick, you're sitting here and in your head, you're complaining because you got to shoot some more content. You got to write some more content. You got to call, you got to make some more cold calls. And I look at it and go, yeah, but dude, your problems, Nick, I'm talking to myself, by the way, your problems aren't real problems. You have running water. You are in the comfort of your home. You're in your freaking Lululemon, whatever, shorts and everything. You have a comfortable life, bro. You have a comfortable life. So let's talk about real problems. And when I see it, when I look at it, it puts it in perspective. That's work, okay? That's hard work. not freaking building a website, not cold calling, dealing with a little bit of rejection, not researching a city, not putting up an ad, okay? Not dealing with an employee. That is not a real problem. These are first world freaking problems. I've lived this life for a short period of time, and it was the hardest thing I've ever done. The hardest, physically challenging, everything. When I went to bed, I dreaded going to sleep. You know how here it's like, oh, I want to go to sleep. I dreaded going to sleep because it was so hot during the dry season that I would have this piece of paper and I would fan myself. And I remember falling asleep and it would hit me in the head. It would wake me up and I'd have this big silhouette of sweat on my bed. And I'd wake up and I'd rinse myself. I'd change my clothes and I'd lay back down. I dreaded going to sleep during the dry season, okay? You're like, where's the fan? No electricity, dog. None. When you're in the village, there's no breeze unless you're on the coast, okay? So I live this life. So I keep this picture here because that motivates me when I am feeling lazy, when I'm feeling tired, when I'm like, oh my gosh, my problems are so tough. I remember these are not real problems. So for those of you that are like, oh my gosh, this business model is so hard and it's so tough. You don't have context. You've never done anything hard. You haven't had a job that sucked. You know, working on a farm or knocking doors or, you know, some manual construction job that just sucks where you're out in the cold or you're out in the heat. That's the story behind this photo. That's why it's there. It's why it will always be there. And I hope that answers your question.